football, and never more so than when the war drum is sounded, and this crowd has begun its battle cry inside the walls of Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. On the Broncos sideline, you get a look at their head coach. This side taking full advantage of their bye week to rest and recover. On the other side, the head coach for the Chiefs. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home.
To kick off.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kate Scott, along with Brock Heward. Kicker Cameron Dicker looks all set down there. And we're rolling from rainy Arrowhead Stadium. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life to the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
At the 33-yard line.
Stroud off the play fake. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Here we go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Well, this is exactly what the defense wants to do to these quarterbacks. You want to speed them up, and the best way to do it is to hit them and bring them to the ground. Conversely, they've got to figure out offensively how to protect. If you can't protect, you can't execute, you can't do anything offensively.
All right, here comes Jeremy Crawshaw for the punt. It's 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Made his first All-Pro team, as I'm sure most of you remember, as a returner for KC. Gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's the first look for the rookie out of USC. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Jump off, caught by his back. And this drives him back out of field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage.
I know, coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Offense to the line, second down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted! And the Chiefs are going to have it! And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception! Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Completes it quick. And he managed what he can up to the 48. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle.
It's 3rd and 7.
Broncos going nickel here, third down.
Here we go.
Throw here, third down. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Jeremy Crawshaw out once again to punt it away. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance down here on second. Back-to-back carries here. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Third down, it's Mahomes. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up. They'll bring out the punter here. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Rob Flynn, first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Broncos 30.
From the gun, Stroud. He's on the move past the 15. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. It's a 24-yard catch, and it gives them the first down.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
They'll try and punch it in. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Still chances to get these. Final 4 yards, it's 2nd and goal.
On the quick, right?
Stroud. And he's brought down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
3rd and goal, defense electing to play this from the nickel.
How? What's that? What? 18. What's up?
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment.
Oh, right. Tony.
Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get the game's first points here in the 2nd. The extra point, here's Smith. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's a return from the 7. The Broncos returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you can see he's valued well beyond his work just as a runner. He's leading NFL backs in receiving touchdowns late in this season. First down now, ball at the 33. They go play action, it's Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
43.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Yellow. Argo Lane. Yellow. Where's that?
3rd and long. They're going to throw. It's caught left side by Hill. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. So out now comes the punter. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He has it at the 13. Escapes the defender. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around.
18.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. On the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's got a man left. And he's hit just before he can pick up that first. So 3rd and short coming up from the 33. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go. Good. 118.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. What a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Let's see what he can do on the return. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. The Broncos back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he's found many a gift in the end zone this season. As we work through December, he is currently tops in the league in rushing scores. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow. On the water, right?
Toss to the right side. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
What?
Handoff on 2nd and short. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it's going to be 1st down Denver.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I don't miss it. Attack.
Another carry for him. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call out a gain of 7. Nicely done.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the 1st.
Well, that play right there, that one is wide linemen. They run the 40, do all the agility tests in their spandex at the combine. Yeah, having fast, agile, big guys up front, it lets them set the table so the running backs can go do their job.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to pretty vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 12-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Yellow. Oh, yeah. Sunday. Hey, 43.
3rd and long for him here. Flushed out of the pocket. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jeffrey Bossa.
Hey, defensively, when you're staring down 3rd and goal, you just want to keep them out of the end zone. Just keep them to a field goal, right? Wrong. Not with this defense. And not with their playmakers. They're thinking take it away, and they get the job done.
The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Swap. Another swap.
Shotgun now, 1st round. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down. He'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Finds him on the crossing route. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but showing the love for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To the air, Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
To the air yet again. It's Stroud. That one's complete. Right side. He's close, but he is stout before he can get to that 1st down. Picks up 4.
That's a gain of 4.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. Gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out at, I'd call it about the 12-yard line. The Broncos and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he's played a major impact in their passing game, too. Look at this. We're near the end of the season, and he's leading all NFL backs in receiving yards. Down the field, Evans has it. And no yak this time. They got on him quickly, down at the 32-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Broncos 1st down.
Back to throw Mahomes. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send it back to the line for 2nd.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
A 2nd down throw for Mahomes. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
And it's 3rd down.
Options aplenty out wide. 5 receivers set here on 3rd and long.
Yellow. Attack, attack.
He's back to throw. Lobs this deep down the middle. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
One last play before the break. Looking to throw. He's to his running back. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. And with no halftime report this week, it seems we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, here's Tyreek Hill. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Yellow, yellow.
On 1st down, they'll run. Running their full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
To the air, Mahomes. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's good for Broncos. 1st down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Denver.
Here's Mahomes. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. So 2nd down coming up.
On the coverage.
Blitz coming, Mahomes. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, you got to take advantage of that opportunity. Defense just did.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Chris Olave with the touchdown.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Broncos tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Tony.
Stroud from the pistol. Connects with the open man downfield. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They get 35 out of that play. And that's a Chiefs 1st down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
41-yard line.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Stroud finds him over the middle. Wow, he's about as close to the first as you can get, partner. Down to the 31, but didn't get it. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
Stroud on the sneak. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have fourth down coming up. Imagine the weather's playing a role here. Instead of trying a field goal, they're going to go for this. Trying to push this past the marker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. It's a pick up of 4 yards. And the fourth down call pays off as they'll move the chains.
At the 27-yard line.
Here's a design run. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
The give here on second. This fight good enough to gain about 4. It's third down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Hits him on the out route. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. So fourth down, and out comes the field goal unit. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Smith able to put it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Hill now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got first and 10.
Yellow.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. So that brings them to third down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Third and long. They're going to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Chris Olave. And that makes it fourth down. Wow, tremendous punt here. This one's looking great, angling towards the sideline. And he can't find anything as he goes out of bounds. Nothing on that return. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Here's the long back on the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
This time it's a passing play. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and then he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Got his man. This is McMillan. He has this down to the 34. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Plowing up the middle. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Running it now out of the gun. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now it's Stroud on the keeper. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And this is going to get him right up near that 1st down. But he's marked short after a gain of 7. 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs.
Oh, right. 18.
He keeps it himself. And this defense is going to win this round. They hold strong there in the middle. Get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
That right there, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's kind of a manhood test, Kate. When you get pushed backwards on a 3rd down QB sneak, you're going to look at each other in the huddle and say, that can't happen again.
They'll run for this. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stuff was made. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs only up by a few. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Stroud completes it quick. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. About set. This is 3rd and 5. Setting up to pass. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. This is biggest moment of the game so far. An important field goal try here. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Kicked well, and this is good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them the lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Broncos running their offense out once again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. Just picks up the first down, too.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Back to throw. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Here he is to throw. This is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Throwing now. Short pass brought in. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running.
17 yards. That's good for Broncos. 1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
Another throw for Mahomes. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. And they're whistling for a stop. It looks like that's one of the Chiefs in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some assistance. Back to the air, Mahomes. He's made underneath, back. And they're going to hold him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That's Evans making the catch outright. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running.
That's another Broncos 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Had the chance to escape with a pick. Defense got to buckle down now as they line up for 2nd down. Throwing again, Mahomes. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Attack! Hey, 43.
Here he is to throw. It's complete. This is Olave. And he gets in. It's a touchdown. What a moment. They can likely win it on the extra point now.
First thing you do as a quarterback. The first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or two high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Now the kick team out to steal away the lead with a point after. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Now on for a likely game winner if he can hit it. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Now the kick team out to steal away the lead with a point after. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives them the 1-point lead right near the end of this game.
14, Chiefs 13.
Dicker all lined up and ready to put it away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. All the left side. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign.